let's challenge the Black Rose achievements. First, we're going to head to Paris. On the way, there is going to be an event where someone's getting their cigarette case robbed. Interact with that person and try to help them out. To find out about the Black Rose thief, and that will basically be the last time we ever see that guy because he's not really important in the storyline. I believe there is a criteria that we can't have less than $500 because I tried to do the Black Rose storyline before and it was not working out even though I thought I followed everything I should. But I was running out of money a couple of times and had to use the bank. So that was the only thing I can think of. Anyways, act nice. Estelle will show up. She is actually Black Rose. Be friendly with her and whenever she shows interest in joining us, let her join. I'm wondering if I'm paranoid, but I feel like I've done Black Rose's quest without having Estelle joining us before. But I never ended up going to Buenos Aires in that run. So I guess it is possible to start her quest without going too nice, but just in case, you know. Next up is Tunis. I saw the items in golden text and bought everything except magnetic compass. I tried to go for items that is going to be worth more money in a future city I will visit. So sometimes the plan changes and I end up getting stuff for nothing. But overall, I do gain more money than lose money, so it's all good. Go to Luxor. At some point, Estelle will end up leaving us. Don't worry, this is part of the story and she will come back later. Sleep at the hotel when we arrive and we will get a gift from Estelle. We want to go to the city where the gift is worth a lot to trigger the next event. So I heard it is possible to trigger them in other cities, but I'm not gonna risk it. In my run, my cigarette case is worth a lot in Arga, so I'm going to head there. I tried to go from Manama to Muscat, but somehow I think I picked the wrong options or something, and I ended up being detoured to Dubai. It's okay, we can still get to Arga by going to Bandar, Abbas, Karachi, and Delhi. Tama ended up having 3 suitcases, which I probably should have checked my luggage and got rid of one of them, but it's okay. We have enough money to hide the luggage. Nothing important happened up until Karachi, but in Delhi, Black Rose appeared. And I'm not sure if this event happens randomly, but I don't really think there's anything special I did in Delhi, so I guess it is random. Estelle will finally reveal herself as the Black Rose, but we already know that. She's going to ask for our help, and of course we will help her. Just in case, I avoided picking any options that seem rejecting. One thing I really recommend doing for this quest, especially, is to back up your save file. There are just so many variables and arbitrariness in this quest, it's just better to have backups in case anything is missed. At Arga, I sold the cigarette case because I wanted the money, and somehow I didn't encounter any new Black Rose events. I think the one in Delhi was the one I was supposed to get. I checked the wiki and it seems after Black Rose has revealed her real identity, she will randomly show up when you stay at hotels, so I tried to stay at the hotel for every city when possible. Anyways, the next few cities I visited are Calcutta, Chittagong, and Yadanabon. Nothing happened in Calcutta and Chittagong, but in Yadanabon, Black Rose showed up for a brief moment. We want to be able to get to Santiago eventually. In the guide I followed, they suggested going to Lima, and I don't really want to risk other routes, so I'm just going to follow that. Luckily, from Yadanabon, we can actually go to Rangoon, which will end up being on track with the guide. From Rangoon, we're going to Batavia, Brisbane, and Lima. Pampa Black Rose just never showed up ever since, and I'm not really sure if she was supposed to. I was reading some comments by other players, and it seems that sometimes you do have to sleep in a hotel more than one day to trigger her events, so I tried doing that. And guess what? It actually worked in Lima. I had to sleep in the hotel 3 times to trigger Black Rose's final event before meeting her in Buenos Aires. Make sure to actually read the note Black Rose left for us. She mentioned this is her last note, so I'm not going to expect any more. Go to Santiago, and while reading the newspaper, we found that Black Rose is now captured. Well, we're going to go to Buenos Aires anyways, so let's go rescue her. But before arriving at Buenos Aires, we actually met her along the way. It turns out that she was just sending the newspaper to get our attention, and she was not actually captured. At Buenos Aires, we have to make sure we get in first. Approach the base of a tower, touch the black disc, say I am Passepartout. Black Rose will show up disguised as Lady Adoha. Say this is her companion. I nodded quickly. You must show us around. I don't think the rest of the options matter. Looks like the Black Rose is successfully blending into our team. The rest of this event is just exploring the towers. Somehow our relationship with Fog got worse because of this. But who cares about him because we're going to drop him eventually. Go to Dakar. At some point we will come across an automation that's been cut in two. Offer to help and search on the ground. Trace out the shape of the patch. Make careful note of the spot. Tell the Black Rose about our finding. Proceed to try to open the hatch. Eventually the hatch will open. Go inside. I tried to avoid picking options that seem too cowardly because we do want to discover what's actually the treasure. Well, it turns out the treasure is a big secret. I don't really think the options after we get in really matters anymore as long as you don't back out. So it seems that the automations are from Dead Souls. Well, things just got dark very fast. I'm surprised they added a supernatural element. I know there was some sci-fi element in the other route with the camera, but this is just next level. Before we arrive at Dakar, the Black Rose will suggest we should go with her. master. For sure we will go and we're going to drop our master. He's going to know his place and leave, so we will arrive at Dakar without him. Go anywhere from Dakar. I chose to go to Budapest since it was the only one available. There's going to be an epilogue with black rolls and we will get her achievement. Peace!